YouTube, my name is Eve the Weave. Please like, share, and subscribe. So I'm looking at the T.S. Madison interview for like the third or fourth time, just to see little things and make sure I'm doing what I'm doing. And I'm recording at the same time. So let's get into this intro that Armon did not like. Let's get into that.
On Fox Soul. Honey, my next guest is no stranger to the internet, darling. This gentleman that's sitting with me today has been a very controversial vlogger, has stirred up some tea, spilled some tea, and caused so much drama on the internet, honey, with some of the biggest celebrities. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to Turned Out with T.S. Madison on Fox Soul, Armon Wiggins.
Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on Turned Out.
So let's talk about how you got here.
Yeah.
How did you make it to be, what inspired you or made you want to be a blogger?
When I was a kid, a lot of people always told.
Boom. Nobody don't even want to hear that far back, Mark. When I was a kid, like, no, nobody wants to hear that. But I can see where Armon is coming from, and I can understand why he has the shades on. Armon is like me. You can tell everything by the eyes. So the eyes will tell you the whole story that the face is just not given. Okay? And if I seen the reaction beyond the glasses, okay? Because that's why I wear my glasses a lot of the time when I'm in places and spaces that I really just don't want to see people in. So, sometimes I act like I don't see them. But anyway, yeah, let's go back real quick.
Welcome back to Turned Out with T.S. Madison on Fox Soul. Honey, my next guest is no stranger to the internet, darling. This gentleman that's sitting with me today has been a very controversial vlogger, has stirred up some tea, spilled some tea, and caused so much drama on the internet, honey, with some of the biggest celebrities. Ladies and gentlemen, welcoming to Turned Out with T.S. Madison on Fox Soul, Armon.
Well, I really don't have a problem with it. But let me move that little, because you can see that Armon has a problem with it. Because he went live and he said he had a problem with the intro. But I don't think what people are getting is that when he went live on YouTube and said he had a problem with the intro, Madison called into his show. And they discussed it as they should. Now, should Armon have went live and told everybody he didn't like the intro? No. Because what I'm getting from the live that he did on YouTube and him and Maddie was speaking, Maddie already knew that he didn't like the intro. So that means they already had a discussion about it. So I didn't understand why he needed to tell the whole world that he didn't like the intro when you had already had a discussion with her about it. It makes it look like you're a crybaby. It makes it look like if I put you on Good Morning America and Michael don't ask you the right story, the right question, or introduce you the right way, you're going to dog the shit out of Michael Strahan. Like, no, that's not what we do. And you would think with him being in show business that, first of all, I don't even understand if you felt like that, like somebody was going to try to shade you, you should have wrote out your own damn intro. That's what I would have did. And I would have just asked her, can you introduce me like this? I would have asked her, how you going to introduce me? Oh, but can you introduce me like this? That's what he should have did. Once he heard how she was going to introduce him, he should have wrote down his own introduction. Because Armon was on the VMAs and all that dancing, and he did backup dancing for MC Hammer, and he did clothing designer for Brandy and all that stuff. And he did meet up with Kanye West. Okay. And he did meet up with Jason Lee. He has been on Jason Lee's show gagging a lot of times already. So if you felt like maybe he didn't feel like she was going to introduce him like that, But sometimes in show business, you gotta cover. Excuse me. Sometimes in show business, you gotta cover your own ass. And when you already know you had a situation with T.S. Madison, you should have just forget. You should have just wrote out your whole intro. You should have asked her how she was gonna introduce you, and say, "Well, can you add this to that, or can you mix that up with this, and let's figure out how you gonna introduce me because I'm trying to leave a lot of that in the past." That's how he should have did that. But people do things their own way, and then they wonder why they get talked about. I'm just saying.
Wiggins. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me on Turned Out.
So let's talk about how you got here.
Yeah.
What was? How did you make it to be? What inspired you or made you want to be a blogger?
When I was a kid, a lot of people always told me that my personality was so extra. I was always told, "You're extra. You're so extra. You're so extra. You're so over the top." And I always thought that was a bad thing because growing up, I always thought being extra is a bad thing. So I would try to dilute my personality. It was one point. It got so bad to where I went to the doctor and I got pills for that. You know what I mean? To try to Vyvanse.
Oh.
I got that to try to make me calm so that my personality.
Now, I'm not gonna run no more of the show because I'm not trying to get flagged. But I would have never, if nobody knew I took pills. See, this is what you don't do. And I understand that you may be telling your truth. But this is what you don't do. Because Fox Soul is going to keep stuff like this forever. YouTube keeps stuff the internet keep things going forever. Nobody knew he took pills to bring down his energy. I would have never, ever told. I would have never told anybody that I took pills. If you're trying to leave things in the past, you don't give people stuff to talk about that's negative. If you're trying to leave the negative in the past. Now you got Wiley up here, and how he talking about me taking medication, and he taking medication too. See? Boom. Prime example. Wiley. You don't never give people like Wiley something to talk about. T.S. Madison, you can see the shock on her face. She didn't even know. So, why tell that? I didn't understand why he had to go that far and tell that. Some things can be excluded out. And that's why they should have had a conversation. Once Armon knew he was going on this show, he should have said, "Listen, these are the things I want to discuss." Boom, boom, boom. Because I know the interview is short. I only got a little bit of time. This is how I want my intro to be. This is what I want us to talk about, me and you, and how I got here, and where I'm going, and then I'm going. And that's it. That's it. Wiley felt like he should have brought up the OG situation, and I did ask that question. Should she have brought up the OG situation? Now that I look at the interview again, the interview is not about OG. The interview is about becoming a full circle moment between her and Armon Wiggins. It ain't about Wiley. It ain't about Tasha K. It ain't about OG, Jason Lee, none of that stuff. It's really about them becoming into a full circle moment. Just 2 years ago, they was just beefing. Now we here. And people like Wiley ain't gonna never let nobody live it down. Because he's not there. He's over there. Over there. So you know him, Matt. But is this a full circle moment for the both of them? Yes. Did I appreciate the interview for what it was? Yes. Did I like the intro? It wasn't bad to me. I felt like if he wanted to, he could have controlled that narrative. That's what I'm saying. And that's what Kanye West always says. You can control your narrative. He could have jumped in front of that. Because you already knew that you was going on Jason Lee. You already knew you was going on T.S. Madison, right? So with that being said, You should have wrote out your own intro. Then you should have hit Maddie up, Maddie. I would like to discuss the show before we do it. And I would like some key points for you to talk about so we won't have to be sitting there, looking like amateurs, basically. Not saying that they looked at like amateurs, but a lot of people were saying the interview was dry. He was giving Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles with the glasses on. Wiley didn't like none of it. I told y'all he was going to snap on every damn thing down to the glasses. So, even though he gets on his lives now, all of a sudden, and he's wearing dark glasses with the light on. Yeah, you've been known to do it. So I don't even know what, ain't nobody interviewing you. Ain't no real cameras in your face but the one you jump on YouTube Live with. It ain't no Fox Soul cameras in front of his face, but he shows the shade Armon and he's on Fox Soul. See, this is what I'm talking about. It makes no sense. Wiley needs to stop worrying about what Armon is doing and worry about what he needs to do. But see, he knows his biggest numbers comes for adding Armon's name in the title. And it's sad that Tasha K already told him not to put the name in the title no more. He just keeps doing it, even though it's his channel. But I understand everything and every which way that they are coming from. You put their names in these titles because you want to troll the viewers. And that's not good. But like I said, if Armon Wiggins wanted to control the narrative around this whole Fox Soul interview, he could have. As far as him promoting it, he said he really couldn't promote it because he didn't know when it was going to drop. So that's why he didn't promote it. I caught it when he promoted it that very day, and that's why I did the video on it. The very first video. It says, "Congratulations to Armon Wiggins." That same day, an hour later, Wiley was already doing a video, and the interview didn't even come out yet. That was early in the afternoon. Fox Soul, the interview came on at 9 o'clock. Wiley was already shading it at 3:30 in the afternoon. That's what I'm saying. But like I said, if Armon really wanted to control this, he could have. He really could have. But I understand why he's wearing the glasses. I understand everything about it. But this wasn't about no OG. This is about these two coming into a full circle moment. And that's that. Because Wiley sit up here and say his fave was on Fox Soul. I ain't see Tasha K on Fox Soul. I'm just saying, I ain't see it. Not that I wanted to, but I'm just saying, I ain't seen it. But, yeah. So, I don't know. But, it is this weird. It is this crazy. I don't think he should have got up here and did a live interview about the intro. Especially if they already talked about it. I just don't think Wiley should be that goddamn shady. He don't never congratulate this man. I'm not saying that he should, but if you don't got nothing nice to say, just don't say nothing, child. You see, I'm sitting over here with a cold. I am working YouTube, okay? My name is Eve the Weave. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you ain't go watch Fox Soul yet, please go and watch the Armon Wiggins. It's 16 minutes. It's a nice, good interview. Nice little piece of an interview. And tell me what you think about it in my comments, YouTube. I gotta go. Later.